Sell Your Car UK is back and delighted to offer for sale Britain's most popular car by far, the Ford Focus. And this is a 2008 on an 08 plate. It's done just under 70,000 miles. It's a 1.8 TDCi, that's the diesel. It's a 5-speed manual gearbox, and this is the titanium spec, which is top of the range. If there's anything else you wanted on after this, you had to pay for it. This car does not come with absolutely everything, but we're going to go around the whole car in this video to show you just what it does come with and just what you're getting for your money here at Sell Your Car UK. Now, this Ford Focus, it must be pointed out, is a private sale. All cars sold through Sell Your Car UK are privately owned, and this car is no different. It's currently on its third owner. It's had two previous since it was first registered in July 2008, and the current keeper who's selling it now through Sell Your Car UK has had the car since July 2010. So it's now the third year of ownership, and it's time for them to change. Now you can see around the car here, and there's no big dents or scrapes or scratches that are immediately visible. There are some there though. You can expect to find them on a used vehicle, especially one that's still owned by its current keeper, but we're going to show you all of them in due course, so you don't have to come down to see the car unless you know exactly what it is that you're coming down to get. But I'm just having a little walk around the car just to show you that it's all in tip-top shape. There's no big dents in the wings or anything like that, or missing body panels or different coloured parts. It is as it should be. Now, the titanium included things like these chrome surrounds on the front grille, which are looking very smart, and as well as that, you've got these low-level fog lights as well. These are the top of the range options that you can put onto a Gia or a Zetec, but they come with the titanium as standard. Now, you might have noticed there as well, there are some marks on that front bumper. Let's get up close and personal so we can see that very clearly. So you've got lots of these tiny little stone chips that have flicked up, all caused by the commute. I've spoken to the current keeper. This little scratch down here as well, likewise as well. The commute to work involves a lot of very windy country lanes. It causes them to have to pull over into bushes. We'll come to that in due course, and indeed get a lot of stones flicking up at them. It's most prevalent on the driver's side, probably caused by oncoming traffic flicking the stones up, because if I go around to the passenger side, you can immediately see that that kind of doesn't occur anymore. What you are still getting though are these little blue stone chips here. So what you've got there is stone chips where it's actually been resprayed underneath the car, so at some point in time, or maybe it's just the undercoat, but over here they're quite big and deep, and over here they are not so much. It's even affecting the grille here. I'm being very fussy, it must be said. Any marks that are on the car as well, which are duly noted, have all been taken into consideration when pricing a car. So buying a car through Sell Your Car UK means that you're getting a car that is priced accordingly, as fairly as possible, so that you're not paying dealership prices, but indeed the seller isn't handing it over basically for nothing in dealership part exchanges and the like. Now, if we come down the driver's side, we come down the driver's side, I just want to show you that there is some curbing to the wheels. This is to be expected. Good tyres though, and good brakes, exceptionally good brakes. There's no bills or receipts to show any previous servicing on this that I can find at the moment. I'm speaking to the current owner who is away, which is why we are also helping him to sell his car. But while he is away, he is trying to help us as best as he can to find all those old bills. We've got a service book that's got a couple of stamps in it, but I'll come to that in due course. Just to say though that those brakes and those tyres, they aren't needing replacing soon. They're in good nick. The wheels, if you wanted to have them refurbed, you're looking at £50 a wheel just to get things like these little scrapes sorted out. Now, we're going to come down this passenger side here, because there are tiny little dimple dents that I want to show you. You can see that just bouncing around there in the light. They are very small, but I want to show you that because, as I said, it's a privately owned vehicle. You will expect to find some marks, and this is hopefully saving you the time of coming down to see it. If it's not right for you, you know now, but it is priced accordingly, and I think you would struggle to find a titanium with this mileage in anything like this condition for this price elsewhere. Even one that was really good condition is going to be priced significantly higher than this one. I'm just showing you that scrape, what would you call that? I'd call that a scuff. I'm just showing you a little scuff there on the wheel arch, so just to put that into perspective, that does show up, it is noticeable. You could have it touched up if you wanted to, it wouldn't cost the earth. but it's not really worth doing when we're selling the vehicle. There's also a tiny little what would you call that then? A chip. That's a chip there on the paintwork. Now, if that's not showing up brilliantly, first time to mention it, but you might want to check out an album of photographs of this car. All you need to do is go to facebook.com/sellyourcaruk.tv. You will find an album of photographs for this car showing you everything in really, really fine detail. Just showing you that wheel there. There's a tiny little scratch just here. I'm getting very picky. It's good though. Now, if we come around the rear of the car, the bumper has got some marks on it, so I will show you all of them as well. Again, saving you the time and the hassle coming down to see it. So you've got this little scratch just along here. That will most likely polish out, but it is going to need touching in as well, so we've left it. There's a mark down here as well. Looks like a screw's come through. I have no idea. And another little mark just down here. So that all turns into that when you stand back. Not a lot. Again, though, it is marks on the car. They would not be removed if you were buying this from a dealer. A main dealer, maybe, a Ford dealership, but I don't think they'd have an 08 plate in their stock. So we come around the passenger side now. Now this side here, I want to take you through very, very carefully and clearly, so do be patient with me. I know I've been going for about 6 minutes. This is the side that gets worst treatment on the way into work. In fact, the bottom of the wheel here is fine, but the top of the wheel here, you can see some rather heavy curbing. There's no fault with the tyres or the brakes though, it's purely cosmetic. And talking of purely cosmetic, on this passenger side here, as I said, they've been forced in a small tight lane to sometimes have to go into the bushes. And it's very hard to see in this video. All you can see are the garages where I've had to park the car to take this video. But do check out Facebook. Again though, I know there's pictures as well and it's not showing up very clearly, but I want to be completely honest with you. There are some very fine scratches down the side of this car. There's one here, there's one here, there's a couple here. Yeah, there's just some scratches and they just go along the car here, obviously caused by branches. There's a tiny little chip here as well on the paint. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. They aren't showing up very well on this video, but then at the same time, they're very hard to see. I mean, as a human eye test, they're not even showing up where I am looking at it right now and standing and looking at the car. And I know they're there and I still can't see them. And it's only when I really am up close and down here and looking up that I can kind of see them. But if you come down to see the car and you notice them, good, I've shown you them, you should look for them. But it's not like you didn't know about them. So now we've got here as well on this wheel, finally, just to show you also some curbing to that there. So if you want to get those wheels sorted out, you'd be looking at £50 a corner. It's not worth doing in my opinion. As soon as you've done it, you'll need doing again, but you're looking at spending 200 quid to get all of that taken care of. And all of those little tiny marks on the car as well, look at about 50 to 70 pounds per mark. So we've taken all that into consideration. This car is going very, very cheap. Now what I want to do is come round to the back and try and get into the boot, which is probably locked. It is, so I'll just fish a key out of my pocket. You've got two of these keys. They are remote central locking. You've got the buttons just there. Double click on the bottom one and that opens up the boot. And in true Sell Your Car UK style, in the boot are the docks for the car. Now we've got over here, first and foremost, the V5 certificate, which is showing 2 former keepers. It's currently on its 3rd, and it's got all the details in here as well. It shows the car was acquired, as I said, in July of 2010, first registered in July 2008. If this isn't showing up brilliantly, as I said, check out facebook.com/sellyourcaruk.tv and you'll be able to find an album of photographs, and the V5 is in there. Likewise as well will be the MOT certificate. This one was just done, so its expiry date is July the 19th 2014. There are no advisory items to mention. There was, however, a fail. It was refused because the offside registration plate lamp was not working and the near side headlamp was not working on dipped beam. How very thorough. That's all been sorted out though, and so now it's got its full MOT certificate. Service history wise is not amazing with this car, and again it has to be reflected in the price. It's a terrible shame. The last known service that we've got at the time of filming this video, and do check annotations because while I'm saying this there may be something flashing up on the screen to prove me wrong, but at this moment in time I can tell you that it is 16,895 miles on its last service, and that was done in August 2010. Now I fail to believe that. Just looking at the tyres, I can see it's had new tyres, it's had new brakes as well, so it's possible that when any service was done on this car that the book wasn't with it, and unfortunately unfortunately, as I said, the gentleman who's selling the car, it's actually his wife's car, but the gentleman who's selling it has all the bills but is away. So until he gets back, this video here is what we are going by, and this figure here. But obviously, if there is an annotation, then that has changed. We've got the first service done on the car in August of 09 at 12,163 miles when it was 1 year old. And we actually have the bill for that, which is nice. It's actually the copy of the bill, but that is very nice considering that there's 3 owners on this vehicle. So hopefully we'll be able to keep some service history together. We've got a little bill here from the MOT, but as I said, I'm going to speak to the owner with regards to getting some old bills, and if need be, we can go and get the stamps filled into the book as necessary. It's currently on 69,000 and change, so it's been a while since it was last serviced. We've considered that in the price, so at the moment it's priced as if you had to go and service it yourself with a full Ford service. You've got all the books here and everything else as well, the manuals in this very nifty little Ford wallet. And you've also got this very nice, I'll just try and show you it here, if I move everything out of the way, this very nice hard-wearing all-weather mat in the back of the car. This is in the boot. So under here you've got the carpet, under there you've got a full-size spare tyre with all the tools, but in the back here, if you wanted to chuck in your muddy boots, then it's not going to mark the carpet because it's got this very funky rubber all-weather mat. Very nice too. You've got a working parcel shelf, and if I just give this boot a close, you've got a third high-level brake light, which is actually, as part of the titanium spec, part of this very smart spoiler. So it just gives the car a little bit more of a sporty feel. But if I stand back, you'll also notice that the rear windscreen and the rear windows have all been legally tinted as well. It's a lovely car, this car, it really is, especially in this gorgeous dark grey metallic and in the titanium spec as well, with those very smart wheels and all the little bits of chrome as well. Let's get up close and personal now. With 12 minutes gone of this video, I do appreciate your patience, but obviously I'm saving you time. We're going to get inside the vehicle and have a little look at what you're getting in here as well. Now the sun is not going to help with this, is it? So I'm just going to try and sort of get you as best a view as possible here, really. I might even be better off starting in the back. Okay, maybe, yeah, there we go, that is better. Okay, so if we come through here, we can see for a start that we've got controls there for the stereo. I'll just zoom that in there, just underneath the steering wheel stalk. That also shows you a trip computer. You've also got air conditioning, a Sony CD player, 5-speed manual gearbox, and just below the air conditioning there, that is a hands-free Bluetooth phone kit. That is a Parrot kit as well, a CK310, which is top of the range and not cheap. So that's coming with the car, and that will sync to your smartphone or your mobile phone through Bluetooth, and then you can talk away to your heart's content without worrying about getting arrested, getting points on your license. In the back here, very clean, first and foremost. That's one thing you do notice immediately. There's no smells, there's no stains, there's no marks. You've got a very funky centre armrest here with cup holders, 3-point safety harnesses throughout, so somebody can sit safely in the middle, an adult perhaps. Side airbags, you've got pockets in the back of the seats for storage, electric windows in the back with these very nice chrome door handles. Again, that's part of titanium spec. And if we go into the front, you can see here, along with that chrome trim, you've got electric front and rear window controls, the electric mirror controls, and this deactivates the interior alarm sensor. So if you've got somebody in the car whilst you pop into the shops or to pay for petrol, then they're not going to set off the alarm if you lock it safely behind you. I'm just going to jump in and shut the door because I just want to show you, if I take the key, put it in the ignition and give it a little turn, you'll see it starts first time. All the warning lights go off. Oh, that air conditioning is amazing on a day like today. You can see the aircon there is working full. And I just want to show you this. It's done the mileage here of 69,479. I said it was under 70. It's actually just under 69.5, although it might be on more than that when you come to buy the car. And the last journey it did 47.2 miles to the gallon. Very nice too. So that is the interior of the car. Not much really to show you. It's very nice in here. You've got auto lights, as you can see there, so those lights will come on automatically. That's the Parrot Bluetooth kit that I was showing you before, and as I say, it's in really lovely condition inside. There's no tears or scratches or scrapes or anything on the outside. It's a lovely car, really lovely, and it will make somebody very, very happy, I'm sure. Right, with almost 15 minutes of this video done, I think I've shown you absolutely everything there is to show you. I think that's it. Well, I hope you like the car. If you do, I hope I've saved you time. And if you want to buy it, there's only one place to get it. Sell Your Car UK.